Welcome to class 6 English Literature. Class is taken by Shiji Jose, LFS Salempur, based on the book English Trial. So today I am going to teach you a poem. The name of the poem is A Ballad of Mystic Memories. It is written by Joyce Watson. Let me explain to you a little about him. He was born on 21st February 1938 in New Zealand. She was the author of children's author. That means mostly she has written books for children, and we know that she had more love for children. Now I am going to read out the poem for you. Please pay your attention. I am sure I rode a camel's back along that old silk road. The scent of sand cheered memories of times those years ago. From there it seemed I was reborn to distant scenes of past that wake in dreams throughout the night and visions unsurpassed. I think I was a viking's mate who sailed Icelandic seas, so many places of interview and untold mysteries. All lie within that extra sense that triggered without pause. And yet I am made aware somehow to passing life in force. I am sure I lived a deceived life. Their music moves me on, and camping in the open air where nature shares her show. And when I walk the trail of tears, I sense I have been there too. I hear their chant within my head and feel what they went through. A field of cotton cleared my mind to how I must have felt in fearing heat while fearing man in southern Bible belt. I feel I have lived 1,000 lives. I'll never prove as fact unless you two may not of same and like to share abstract. So oft these mystic memories come around to wake my mind and go into my present self as life in passing time. Dear students, I think you have understood a little bit. Read the poem again and again 2 to 3 times to understand it in a better way. Read the poem again and again. Now I would like to explain to you the important glossary of the poem. Please pay your attention. The glossary is given here. You can go through it. The first one is ballad. A poem telling a story. Or in other words, we can say it's a sentimental song. Mystic, magical. Or in other words, we can say the person who pray again and again, pray or contemplate more on God. He or she can be called a mystic. Memory. Memories means remembrance of past events. So that there is no need to explain to you. We all remember or memorize many things from our childhood also. So the meaning is remembrance of past events. Silk Road, historical trade route. Church, move slightly, unsurpassed, greater than any other. Viking. Viking means pirates and traders on ships. Mate. Mate, friend or companion. In review, interesting places. Interesting places means the places we like to visit or the places we like to go and see. Triggered, forced to do something without any cause. That means we are compelled to do something in a cause. Somebody is telling us to do that thing. That means that is the meaning of triggered. Untold. Untold means hidden. Hidden means which we cannot understand. Chant. Chant means recite. Recite means say the same thing again and again. Recite. Trail of tears. Difficult or hard path one faces in life. Difficult or hard path one faces in life. Searing. Searing means very hot. That we all experience very hot or hot weather in the month of May, June and July. There is no need of explaining that more. The Bible Belt. Bible Belt means people with a traditional Christian beliefs. Then oft means often. Often means the things we do again and again. Abstract. Abstract means imagination. Imagination means the things which we cannot see or touch, but we know that it is there. Mystic. Mystic means magical. Mystic. The meaning of mystic is magical. You will have to read it again and again and study, learn it by heart. Now we are going to the next part, that is the explanation of the poem. Please listen. In this poem, the poet feels as if she was present during each period of history. As you learn this poem, you will understand which period of history the poet is referring to. As you have come from class 5 to class 6, up to class 5 you have never learned history. In this year, class 6 you are going to have history as a subject. So you will know more about history. Now stanza by stanza I am going to explain to you. In the first two stanzas of the poem, the poet feels that she had ridden on a horseback during the silky road that brings back the past memories. The poet is having some past memories of her life. As we do have some past memories of our childhood. These memories may be sometimes very pleasant or sometimes these memories may be very unpleasant. So we all like to keep in our mind always the pleasant memories and we try to forget the unpleasant things that trouble us. The poet feels that she was awakened throughout the night with visions that can never be tired. Vision. The poet feels she was awakened throughout the night. Awakened. She got up in between the night. Why she got up in between the night? Because she had some visions. Visions means the good thought, something that she was aiming for that disturbed her sleep, and she got up again and again during night and she was never tired. In the third and fourth stanza, the poet feels that she was a friend of pirates and traders who traveled to various interesting places of mysteries. Usually we like to be friendly with the people whom we love. But here the poetess is explaining that she likes to be friendly with the pirates and traders. Pirates means thieves. Why the poet is telling that she likes to be friendly with them? Who travel to various interesting places she wanted to see different places. That was her aim, to be friendly with the pirates and traders. All those memories remain in her memory, forced her to give a pause in her passing life. So when she started visiting different places, she gave a pause in her passing life. Passing life means the life that goes on. Year by year we are losing 1 year. We are growing every year, and one phase of life over a next phase, as we are waiting for 2020. We were waiting for this wonderful year 2020, and we know now what is happening with us in 2020. Now, in the fifth stanza, the poet says that she had lived a gypsy's life, enjoying their music in the open air with beautiful nature. I think students, you may be knowing the meaning of gypsy's life. Gypsies, who are gypsies? Gypsies means the people who wander from place to place. They don't have a settled home like us. They like to wander all over the world to enjoy the life. So the poetess wanted to lead a gypsy's life, enjoying their music in the open air. She loved nature. All the nature lovers, they like to go to different places to enjoy the beauty of the nature. With the beautiful nature, the poetess want to be friendly with the nature. She loved nature. In the sixth and seventh stanza, the poet feels that she used to walk in the trail of tears, and even she could hear the chanting of the tribes who were forced to work in the cotton fields. See the feeling of the poetess. She was with the people who were suffering. She shared her life with the people who were suffering. That's why she could hear the chanting of the tribes. Tribes means tribal people. The people and who were forced to work in cotton fields, and these people were forced to work in the cotton fields, and the poetess she was listening their chanting, their cries, and she was feeling the pain of their heart. The poet feels that like any other worker, she too was working in the Christian belt area with fear in the cotton fields under painful conditions. Painful conditions. What do you mean by painful conditions? Painful conditions means the condition which is not suiting to our life. Under compulsion, they were forced to do work in the cotton field, and the poet she was also sharing their pain of life. The last two stanzas, that is 8 and 9, the poet feels that she had lived 1,000 lives. 1,000. We all have only one life. We always say that we have only one life, that we have to enjoy the life, live it in its fullness. We always say. But the poet is saying that she lived 1,000 lives. How can a person live 1,000 lives? Any idea? We don't have any idea. 1,000 lives means it will be possible only in imagination. 1,000 lives. The poet won't be able to prove that as it is an abstract or imaginative thing. Yeah, this is already written here. 1,000 lives means it is abstract. You cannot live. Imaginative thing. Only we can imagine. Not in reality. It will not take place. It is only we can imagine. Finally, she says that very often this type of strange memories of the past comes to her mind and goes deep into her present life like a magic. Magic. We all have seen some or the other kind of magic in our life. Magic means it is not a real thing. It is just in imagination the people do something or they perform something, but it is not in reality, it is not real. So the thousand lives, that is, or whatever the things she shares here, it is all, she feels it is all like a magic. I think you have understood my explanation. For further explanation, you will have to read the poem again and again. Now we are going to learn the rhyme scheme. The rhyme scheme of the poem is ABCD pattern. Not ABCD pattern, it is ABCD pattern. It means third and fourth line end with the same sound. The paragraph, third and fourth line end with the same sound. Third line and fourth line end with the same sound, whereas the ending words of first and third line do not match with each other. When you come to the school, I will explain to you this more. Okay. Now, exercise of the lesson. Answer this question. That is, first is, which line or lines in the poem refer to the following countries? The first one is China. China, that you can see in the second line in the first stanza, that is along that old Silk Road. Then Scandinavia, that is given in the first line of third stanza. The line is, I think I was a Viking's mate. Then America. And when I go, the train of tears. When I go, the train of tears, that's given in the first line of sixth stanza. Now we are going to the second exercise of the poem, that is, answer the following question. The first question is, what is the poet sure of having done along the Silk Route? When you go through this exercise, you will have to take your copy and write the answers to learn it. Okay? And the poet is sure of having ridden on a camel's back along the Silk Route, stretched from China to the Mediterranean. That is the first answer. Second answer. Third answer, one question is skipped, that I will take it later. The third question is, what if we do as a Viking's mate? Already I told you the meaning of Viking. Viking means pirates and traders. Mate means companion. The answer is given here. As a Viking's mate, he traveled through the Icelandic seas and saw many interesting places of untold mysteries. Now, fourth question is, why does he feel that he must have lived a gypsy's life? Already I told you what is the meaning of gypsy, so it will be easy to learn the answer. So he feels to live a gypsy's life, to listen to their music, to camp in the open air and to share the joy of nature. See, I couldn't show you the second question as it is skipped, so I will show you or give the answer later in the class. Now we are going to the third part of the exercise, that is answer the following with reference to the context. That means the four lines are given here, poem. Based on that, you will have to answer the questions that is given here. That is the meaning of extract. Context, okay? This is another word we can say that these are called extracts. I'm sure I rode a camel's back along that old Silk Road. The center shared memory of time those years ago. So there are three questions. The first one is, what is the Silk Road referred to in the extract? So these lines are questions like this, it is known as extract. The Silk Road was a historic trade route that dated from the 2nd century BC until the 14th century AD and stretched from China to the Mediterranean. Second question, what is the next scene that the poet sees in his dream? The distant scenes of the past the poet saw in his dream. The distant scenes of the past. Distant means far away. Okay? Now third one is, how does the poet give us an idea of the fact that these dreams occur in their own without any cause? paragraphs number 2 and 3 I will teach you whenever you come to the school. Now we all give you homework daily. So I have not forgotten to give you homework. There is a homework part of this, and I have given you 2 questions to write, and these 2 already I gave you the answer. You have to learn it by heart. So explain the following. The question number 1: where nature shares her joy. You have to take your rough copy and write the answer. And question number 2: which period of history fascinates you the most? Why? Then write a short paragraph. You will have to write a short paragraph. Which period of history? As you are not learned the history, you can get the help of your parents when you meet the history, and you please try to do it. And this is question number 3. Write and learn the first 12 lines of the poem. Okay, you have to write it in your copy the poem, then you will have to learn it by heart. When you come to the school, I will ask you please learn and come. Question number 4. Learn word meaning and question answer. So today I am only teaching you this much. I think you have understood my presentation. Thank you for patiently listening to me. If you want any information, any further clarification, anything, you will have to type it and send it in the